This video covers common English mistakes related to incorrect omissions. We will focus on improving grammar by addressing frequently overlooked words. The first section addresses the omission of prepositions.
When using the verb ask, always use the preposition for. For example, instead of "she came and asked my book," say "she came and asked for my book."
Remember to include the preposition of after dispose. The correct structure is he'll dispose of all his property, not he'll dispose all his property.
The verb dream requires the preposition of. For example, young men dream of glory and riches instead of young men dream glory and riches. When explaining something to someone, you must include to. Never say, explain me. Always say, explain something to someone. For example, she explained the matter to me.
When using the verb knock, as in knock at the door, never omit the preposition at. For example, who is knocking at the door?
Always include to after the verb listen. The correct phrase is, they were listening to the music, not they were listening the music.
When using the verb pay, as in buying an item or giving money in exchange for something, it requires the preposition for. Say, how much did you pay for the book, rather than how much did you pay the book? Note, a person can pay another person or a bill directly, but they pay for a thing they buy.
When indicating direction, use to or at after point. For example, he pointed to or at the map on the wall.
Never omit of when reminding someone about something. Correctly say, please remind me of that later, not please remind me that later. The verb reply in this context requires to before the person being addressed. Use, she's not replied to me yet, not she's not replied me yet.
Unlike tell, the verb say always requires to before the indirect object. Say, Kevin said to me, come tomorrow, rather than Kevin said me, come tomorrow.
When looking for a lost item, use the preposition for after the verb search. For example, they're searching for the ball.
The correct structure for sharing is share something with someone. Say, my friend shared his book with me, not my friend shared me his book.
To indicate that you will be doing the speaking, use speak to. For instance, I'll speak to him about that. When supplying someone with something, you must include the preposition with. Say, can you supply me with all I need? In most conceptual contexts, think requires of or about. Use think of a number and then double it, not think a number and then double it. The verb wait requires for before the person or thing you are expecting. Say, I'll wait for you at the cinema. When expressing a desire for something, include for after wish. The correct sentence is, he doesn't wish for any reward. When writing to a person, include the preposition to, unless a direct object is also included. Say, I'll write to her tomorrow. Now we move on to miscellaneous examples covering rules 242 through 279. Be careful not to omit the s or s for the third person singular subject. For example, he speaks English very well. Remember to use doesn't with he, she, it, and singular nouns. Say he doesn't care what he says. Don't forget the plural form s, or ies for countable nouns. For example, I paid $6 for the book. In comparisons, if the first noun is possessive, the second must also be possessive. Say, a hen's egg is different from a pigeon's. Always use an article, the, a, or an, before a singular countable noun. Say, I have no money to buy a car. Use a or an to express a singular noun complement of the verb to be. For instance, I'm not a teacher, I'm a student. The correct phrase is half a glass, which is the shortened form of half of a glass. Say he drank half a glass of milk. Place the definite article the before nationalities when referring to the people collectively. Use, the English are fond of sports. In simple present tense questions, include the auxiliary verb do. Say, do you understand the problem?
When using an infinitive and a verb that requires a preposition, for example, to live in, say, they don't have a house to live in. Don't omit the preposition at the end of the phrase.
Use the introductory word there when the verb precedes the subject. For example, once there lived a great king. After the verb know, how must precede an infinitive. The correct phrase is, she knows how to play the piano. Use else when comparing one person or thing with all others of the same kind. Say, she is stronger than everybody else. If the subject of the infinitive is different from the main verb's subject, express the pronoun. Say, I want you to tell me the truth. Every transitive verb must have an expressed object. Instead of she had not, say, she had none, or didn't have any. Verbs like give, bring, and send need both direct and indirect objects expressed. Say, I asked for ink, and he gave me some. When stating someone's age in years, never omit the word old. Say, my sister is 15 years old, or my sister is 15. The correct phrase is had better. Say, you'd better go home, or you had better go home.
Do not use up or down alone when referring to location in a house. Say, he's upstairs or he's downstairs. Note that he's up means he is out of bed.